Inheritance Yay or Nay, Episode 24. Hello family. Hello Pre-Squad. Hello and welcome to the PR Show. I'm your host Princess and I'm thrilled to bring you the latest and greatest in inheritance. Whether you're a seasoned expert or a newcomer to the scene, this show is all about learning. I'll be bringing you unique content, and of course, I want to hear from you. So be sure to leave a comment or send me a message with your thoughts and questions. So sit back, relax, and join me as I dive into inheritance topic. Let's get started. What is inheritance? Inheritance from parents refers to the transfer of assets, property, and wealth from one generation to another through legal means. This typically happens upon the death of a parent, when their assets are passed on to their children or other designated heirs. Inheritance can also occur through gifts made during a person's lifetime. The laws regarding inheritance vary by country, but generally include provisions for distributing a deceased person's property and determining who is entitled to receive it. As an AI language model, I don't have personal opinions or emotions, but here are some common arguments for both sides of the issue. Pros of inheritance. Provides financial stability and security for the inheritor. Continues the legacy of the previous generation. Helps equalize wealth and reduce economic inequality. Cons of inheritance. Can create a dependence on inherited wealth and discourage work ethic and entrepreneurship. Can lead to a concentration of wealth and power in a few families. Can result in conflicts within families over who should inherit what. Ultimately, the answer to whether inheritance is yay or nay depends on one's individual beliefs and values regarding wealth, equality, and work. What's the best way to use an inheritance? The best way to use an inheritance depends on several factors, including your financial situation, your personal goals, and the size of the inheritance. However, some common strategies for using an inheritance include 1. Pay off debt. Paying off high-interest debt such as credit card balances, student loans, and medical bills can free up money for other uses and reduce financial stress. 2. Build an emergency fund. An emergency fund provides a cushion in case of unexpected expenses, such as job loss, health problems, or car repairs. Aim to have 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved in a liquid account. 3. Invest for the future. Consider investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, or other assets to grow your wealth over time. A financial advisor can help you determine the best investments for your individual circumstances and goals. 4. Save for specific goals, whether it's buying a home, starting a business, or saving for retirement. Having a specific goal in mind can help you stay motivated and focused on using your inheritance wisely. 5. Give back. Consider using some of your inheritance to support causes or organizations that you care about. Donating to charity can be a fulfilling way to use your wealth to make a difference in the world. It's important to keep in mind that every individual's financial situation is unique, and what works best for one person may not be the best approach for another. It's wise to consult with a financial advisor to develop a plan that's right for you. What not to do when you get an inheritance. Here are some things to avoid when you receive an inheritance. 1. Don't make impulsive purchases. It can be tempting to splurge on a big-ticket item or luxury vacation, but these types of purchases can quickly deplete your inheritance. 2. Don't ignore taxes. Inheritances are subject to taxes, and failing to account for these taxes can leave you with a smaller inheritance than you anticipated. It's important to understand the tax implications of an inheritance and consult with a tax professional if necessary. 3. Don't assume that your inheritance will last forever. An inheritance is a finite resource, and it's important to develop a budget and spending plan that takes this into account. 4. Don't neglect estate planning. An inheritance can make it more important than ever to have a solid estate plan in place, including a will and any necessary trusts. Failing to plan for the distribution of your assets upon your death can result in unintended consequences for your loved ones. 5. Don't ignore your financial situation. If you have debt, poor credit, or other financial problems, an inheritance is not a cure-all. It's important to address these issues and develop a comprehensive plan for improving your financial well-being. Receiving an inheritance can be a significant financial event, and it's important to approach it with care and thoughtful planning to ensure that you make the most of it. Here are some of the advantages of receiving an inheritance. 1. Financial stability. An inheritance can provide a stable source of income and help reduce financial stress. This can be especially beneficial for individuals who have limited savings or who are struggling to make ends meet. 2. Opportunities for investment. An inheritance can provide the funds necessary to make investments in stocks, real estate, or other assets. This can be an effective way to grow wealth over time. 3. A way to leave a legacy. An inheritance can allow individuals to pass on wealth, property, and assets to future generations, creating a legacy that can last for many years to come. 4. Ability to fulfill personal goals. An inheritance can provide the funds necessary to fulfill personal goals, such as buying a home, starting a business, or pursuing education. 5. Ability to support loved ones. An inheritance can provide the means to support loved ones financially, such as helping children with education costs, providing for aging parents, or making gifts to charity. It's important to keep in mind that every individual's financial situation is unique, and what works best for one person may not be the best approach for another. It's wise to consult with a financial advisor to develop a plan that's right for you and to ensure that the advantages of an inheritance are maximized. Here are some of the disadvantages of receiving an inheritance. 1. Inheritance tax. Depending on the size of the inheritance and the laws in your jurisdiction, you may be subject to inheritance taxes. This can significantly reduce the amount of the inheritance you actually receive. 2. Conflict among family members. Inheritances can sometimes cause conflict among family members, particularly if there is a perceived imbalance in the distribution of assets or if there are disagreements over how the inheritance should be used. 3. Reduced work ethic. Inheritances can sometimes lead to a reduced work ethic, as individuals become reliant on the funds for support. This can result in decreased motivation and reduced career success. 4. Perception of entitlement. Receiving an inheritance can sometimes create a sense of entitlement, as individuals believe that they are entitled to a certain standard of living without having to work for it. 5. Mismanagement of funds. Without proper planning and budgeting, individuals may quickly squander an inheritance on impulsive purchases or other unwise investments. It's important to keep in mind that every individual's financial situation is unique, and what works best for one person may not be the best approach for another. It's wise to consult with a financial advisor to develop a plan that's right for you and to ensure that the disadvantages of an inheritance are minimized. Receiving an inheritance can be a complex and emotional event that requires careful consideration and planning. Understanding the advantages and disadvantages of an inheritance can help you make the most of this financial opportunity, while avoiding common pitfalls. Regardless of the size of the inheritance, it's important to take a thoughtful and measured approach to managing these funds. This may include working with a financial advisor, creating a budget and spending plan, investing wisely, and considering the tax implications of the inheritance. Inheritances can provide financial stability, opportunities for investment, and a means of leaving a legacy. However, they can also lead to conflicts among family members, reduced work ethic, a sense of entitlement, and mismanagement of funds. Ultimately, it's up to each individual to determine the best approach for their own circumstances. By carefully considering the advantages and disadvantages of an inheritance and working with a trusted advisor, you can ensure that this financial opportunity benefits you and your loved ones for years to come. Well folks, that's all the time I have for today's show. A big thank you to all of you for tuning in and supporting my channel. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new. If you did, please like and share this video and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. I have something lined up for next week's show, so stay tuned. Until then, keep smiling, keep learning, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.